One.
Good day. My name is Shaibu Ahmad Lawal, and we are going to be doing the presentation for the programming on the library system for our last project. So, as I said earlier, my name is Shaibu Ahmad Lawal, and joining here with me is
I'm Hongwoo.
And my name is Li Ziyao.
And I'm Frederick.
And let's start. So, what is our objective? So, firstly, our main objective of this project is to develop a comprehensive library system using using Python. So the system should have to be efficient and handle various aspects of library operations, including book inventory management, membership registration, book pending, and book return, and also logging in. So our aim is to showcase our proficiency in applying fundamental programming concepts and techniques using Python. So we now move down to the second, which is the key features implemented. So what are the key features that we implemented when programming? So the first one will be the member management, where the user can be able to register as a new member. So the second one will be the check member, where he can verify if he's an existing member already by logging in. So the third one will be the display memo info, which will display information of the currently logged in member. And the last one under member management is the check member validity. That will check the membership status to validate if he's a member, basically. So moving on to the second one, key feature which we implemented is the book management. So the first one is display books, which will display the current books in the inventory. So the second one will be add new book, which will allow the addition of new books into the inventory. And the third one is the check availability. Basically, it just checks book availability for user to be able to lend the book. So moving down to the third key feature which we implemented will be the lending and returning books. So user will be able to handle the process of lending a book, and the second one is that they'll be able to manage the process of a book that's already been lent basically. So the third one will be check lending info. So you can verify if a book is currently lent and provide lending information. So moving down to the fourth one, which is the utility function. So this place is very important. So the first one is read file. So read data from a specified file. The second one is write file, which will be able to write data to a specified file. The third one is read login ID. So read the ID of the currently logged in member. The third one is login. So it will just handle the login process of the member, basically. Then checking login, which will verify if the current logged in member is the one who lent a specific book. Just verification, basically. And the last one is confirmation. It will confirm that the person's action is good. We'll get to this when we go on. So now moving down to the system design and architecture, as you can see on the screen. So the first, as you can see here, we have the system structure, and the first one will be the member registration. This is where a member can register into the library system. Then after the member register, he has to log in order to access the library system. So which is the second one, which will be member login. So the third one is to display membership information, which is display membership information. So the fourth one is displaying book inventory. So the books available in the inventory, it will display it for the member after he has logged in. While the fifth one is adding new books to the library, which you can add after you have lent a book. You add new books to the library. The sixth one is lending books from the library, which a member who is already registered and logged into the system can be able to lend books from the library. The seventh one is returning books to the library, and the last one is logging out or exiting the whole program itself. Okay, I hope you understand. So moving down to the main component. So under this main component, we have two aspects, although it's not everything, but we have two main aspects. So the first one will be data storage. So this system uses plain text files to store data. So as you can see, we have four main text files. With the first one will be the member.txt text. So it stores membership information in the format member ID, name, contact, and status. The second one will be the book.text, which stores book information in the format of book ID, title, author, and availability status. The third one will be the lending.txt text, so which will store lending information in the format of a book ID, format of book ID, member ID, lending date, and return date. And the last one will be, which will be one of the most important ones, is the second most important one to me, basically, is the IM login ID text, which stores the currently logged in member ID. So now moving down to the function models. So the first, as you can see here, you can just go through it. So the first one is membership management. So basically add member, which will register a new member. I think we talked about this, but I will brief through again. So add member, which will register a new member. Check number, which will verify number existence during the login. So check member, display member info, which will display the current member, the member who is logged in into the system. It will display his info. The fourth one is the check member validity, to validate if this person is a member or not. So moving down to the second one, which is the book management, we have display books, add new books, and check availability. Is the same thing as I mentioned. So lending, the third one is lending and returning books, which is we have the lend book, the return book, the lend book to lend book, the return book to return a book, if you remember. And the last one is checking lending info, the info of the book that have been lent. Okay, so the fourth one is the utility functions, which is the read file, write file, read login ID, login, check login, and the confirmations, the confirmation, basically. So now I'll now pass it out to Fred to continue from the next slide.
All right, thank you, Ahmed. So I'll be explaining about the flowchart, and this is the key design decision about the flow of the whole library system. Next slide. So this is the one of the part of the flowchart. That means if you see at the left side at the start of it, so first it will just show the menu and let the users choose his or her choice. So there's few multiple choice like login, register, membership, display membership information, display book inventory, add books to library, lend a book from library, and return a book to library, and the last one is exit. So if you look at if you look at it correctly, there are few functions, or there are few decisions after you say yes but you haven't logged in yet. You just went through please log in and go back to the start of it. So there we can see first, if you choose login, then yes, we'll go to connector 1, and connector 1 will be shown at the right side of at the right side flowchart. Yeah, over here. Yes. So if you're not a member yet, we'll be needing to register a new member, so you'll be connected to connector 2. So now there's one more function that will work properly in the starting of the functions, at the starting of the flowchart. That means display book inventory. We don't need to log in to display the whole book list. So move on to the move on to the next flowchart. That means after we have logged in, after they are logged in and we registered, after we have registered, we are automatically logged into the system. Therefore, we'll see the few functions that will be available for us to proceed, like displaying member information, like showing the user's ID number, name, phone number, and the member status. Next up is the display book inventory, same as the flowchart left on the left. Then third is add new books to the library. After you have logged in, you can add new books, you can lend a book, and you can return a book. Lastly is exit and log out. If you choose exit, then you'll just end the program. So when you're adding a new book to the library, you just go to connector 3, which will show to the next slide, but go back to the last slide. Yeah. So you'll be shown to connector 3 and enter the book ID, name, and author's name, and you have successfully added a book. So after you have successfully added a book, you'll go to connector 6, back to the slide, back to the flow chart on the left, on the right. So yeah, therefore, lending a book and returning a book also connects to the connector 4 and connector 5, and their end with connector 7 and connector 8. On next slide. So on the connector 4 of lending a book, you have to enter the book ID, and if the book is available, then yes, you have to confirm if you want to lend. Yes, then you enter the date of when you want to lend the book. So after you have entered the date, you have successfully lent the book, and you reconnect to connector 7. If the book is not available, then you'll say sorry, the book is not available, and you'll go back to the connector 7. And if you're not confirmed that you want to lend the book, you'll also go back to connector 7. Now explaining the connector 5, that says returning a book. So when returning a book, you have to enter the ID of the book that you have lent. Next up, you have to check is the book lent by is the book ID that lent by you is the right ID. If not, then you have to check the book ID and re-key in the correct ID. If yes, if you entered the correct book ID, then you'll ask you to confirm if you want to return or not. So if yes, you have to enter the return date and you have successfully returned the book and go back to connector 8. If you're not, you also will go back to connector 8. Therefore, connected to the previous slides. Yeah, connector 6, connector 7, and connector 8. Therefore, you'll go back to the show menu with those choices. Yeah. So, next slide. And next. And now I'll pass the mic to the person in charge of functionality demonstration.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the functionality demonstration. So first of all, I will show you how the program runs first. So let me change the screen first. So this is our coding. So let me run it first. So when you run it, the program will show you the first menu first. The menu before the login is like that. It have 8 selection. So you can see like 3, 5, 6, 7. If you input it, so it will show that this login first. So you need to log in first. So you will register a member first. Let's register a member. So let's say your ID is 01, 01, and 0, and enter your name, maybe like Li Liao, and then your contact number. All right, so now you have successfully registered and logged in automatically. So how it works? So let me see. So in the add member function, let me find a bit. Okay, in the add member function, so you will check first. You will read the file in the member, and then print this. This is for the design, and then this is also design, and then it will ask the input, and then you need to key your student ID first. So after you key the student ID, it will check in the member file. So if the member file found that your member ID is already registered, it will show sorry, but you are a member already. Please go log instruction. So if no, it will tell you to enter your name and then your contact, and then it will set the memberability into active, and then write into this file, and then it will print successfully. So after this, it will log in automatically. So it will also write the file, the login ID in the member ID. So it will write the member ID that you register into the login ID file. So after this, now you can use the other function like this, display your member information. Let me see the mini. Okay, so now you will display your member information. So you can see Ziao, your name and your ID, and then your name, your contact number, and your membership status active. So this one is the function that the display member. Wait, so this is the display member info. So first one, it will read the file and then read the ID and then check the ID. And then for a member in member, it will check the ID that is same with your ID. So if the file have the ID that's same with you, so it will print your information. So this one, first one is your name, and then your ID, and then your name again, and your contact number, and your member status. So this is your landing history. So in the landing history, you will open the landing file first, and then check if there's a member ID same as you. So it will print your landing history there. So this one is how it works. So it will check line by line. So if there's a complete member ID, which is member ID plus your member ID and a space, and then it will continue run this. So like you will print this row number is like if you found the ID, because the ID will be the second row, so it will print from the first row to the last row. So this one is open the file and then set the data and then set it as a variable and then print it. So I have add the spacing for design, and then this one is row number for like if you check after you finish one row checking, and then the row number will add 1. Okay, so this is how the program works. So let's see the next function. So the next function is display book inventory. So you can see this is the book list, and this is the book inside our library system. So you can see some is not available, some is available. Okay, so how it works? So it's very easy. It's fun because in the books txt, it already arranged for the book list. So you just print it, print this design, and then open it, and it will automatically close if you use this with. So open it, read it, and then print this content. This will very easy. Okay. The next function is add a new book. So let's say you want to add a new book into our library. So you just key the like this, user 1. So let's say the book name is Tom, and the author name is Murray. So now you have successfully add a new book. So let's check. See the book you add here. So how it works. So this one is also very easy. You just go to the add new book, and then it will tell you to input the book ID, and then open the file, and then complete book ID is this, and then it will find there's a repetition or not. If not, and then it will go to here, and then say it will tell you to enter the book title and then the book authors, and then we've opened this file, and then write all things, and then tells the user that you have successfully added a new book. Okay, that's all. So next is land book. So let's say you want to land the book just now you added. So be 001. So you can see your membership is valid. Please continue, and this book is available now. So it, like say year 1, and then enter today's date. And then you have successfully landed the book. So you can check here, like in your member information. See, you said you land the book. So the landing date is that. Just now you keyed it, and then the return date is none. Okay, so how it works. So if you want to land a book, first, it will go to see the availability of the books. So how you check? you will say first you will set the status to none, and then we'll open row number will equal to 0, and then open the file, open the text, and then the book ID you just key it, and then the book ID, the complete book ID is the thing in that row. So it will read row by row like this. So if the row is equal to the complete book ID, so the complete book ID, so the row number in after the 3 rows is the always the what's that called, the availability. So if it will data in line and then collect this data, the row number, so the row number will add 1 after reading 1 row, and then if this collected is not available, so it will say that this status is false. So else it will say is true, and then you can land the book. So let's go back to the land book, and then check the validity, and then if the validity is true, and then the status is true, and then decision is also true, and then it will call the it will write the landing to the member ID, landing date, return date. So and then it will again read line by line, and then see there's a complete book ID. So this one is also the same thing. So after it will change to not available in the book list, in the book text. So then it will show this. Okay. Next. So let's say you want to return just now you land the book, so B001, so you will show the information of it and then say yes, and then today's day, maybe I say July 2024. Okay, so you have successfully returned the book. So you can see return date, it changed. Okay, so the return function, so same thing, check the landing info inside. So if the landing info is same as your, like this book is land by you, and then it will give true, and then check the login member ID is same as you, and then if the book as is or thing is correct, and then it will shows the data of the landing info, and then or after you do the confirmation, and then it will give you the it will successfully return the book. Okay, so the last function is logout. So after you exit, the program is done. So it will successfully log out for you. So the logout is just clear like this. Is just clear the things in login ID. So this is all in our function, in our program. And let me go back to the slide. So as just how I said, this is the login function. So the first one is login function. So just key your member ID. And then this is a new member. So enter your ID, enter your name, enter your contact number, and you are successfully registered. And then the third one is display member information. As just now I said, if you haven't logged in, then you can't do this. So after you log in, and you can see your information here. And then this is the display book inventory. So you can see. And adding a new book, also you need to log in first. So after you log in, you just key the book ID, the name, the titles, the authors, and you successfully add a new book. And this one is land a book. Same thing, key the ID, book ID, and then membership valid, available, so you can do a confirmation, yes, and then enter today's date, and then you land the book, and then return this book. Like if you return the book that you didn't land, it will show this. So if you enter the book that you land, so So it will show the book info and then confirmation and then enter today's date and successfully written. Okay, that's all. That's all for our program. So I will pass to the next person, Ziyao.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the two challenges we faced and how we overcome them. And the first challenge, next page. Yes, this is the first challenge we faced, and the part shows the picture because we didn't know how to check each row in text file. So we Googled it and fixed it. And next page. Next page shows the challenges is when at the start of the program, because the program only gives the output error when we use the enter the book, which is not available in the library. But actually, we add a function to detect it if the book is not provided in the library. Next page. Yes, I'm going to talk about something. No. I will pass it to next person to talk about anything that is innovative.
Okay, thank you, Ziao. So the question asked was, is there anything we brought that was innovative? So, well, the next slide will answer that question, which is no, we didn't. Because in this project, we had to follow the provided step meticulously in order to maintain the integrity and the accuracy of our process. So our focus was on executing each, steps as outlined by our teacher. So we had to ensure the project adhered to the established guidelines without introducing any new element or any deviations. So we have to follow the plan meticulously. So I'll now pass it down to this one for the next slide.
Yes, it's me again. So I'm going to talk about how the system handles those potential errors. And next page. Yep, here it shows and the first kind of error, like when you trying to lend a book that is not exist, and it can also okay. Here we have 8 options, which are login, registering a new member, and if you enter a wrong option like 9 and it's not exist, and we will give the system will give you a notation like an invalid input and ask you to try again. Okay, and here is another potential error. It's like when you are not a member yet, and the system will ask you to register it if you are not a member. And next page. Well, the last no, maybe it's not the last, but there is also another example. It's like when the book is not exist in the library, it will tell you that the book is not provided and you are not able to borrow it. Next page. Okay, and also there are another funny mistake is like you are not able to donate any book to the library since if the book you did not lend it and you are not able to give it back. Okay, now I'm going to introduce the next one. It's like I think it's a similar mistake like the first one. It's like it shows the things will happen when you enter a wrong choice. And I will pass it to the next person who will be talking about user-friendly accepts.
Alright, so I'll be talking about user-friendly aspects. So next slide. Oh, this system includes input validation checks and provides meaningful errors when invalid inputs are entered. Just now, like the menus, you have 8 choices, but you put 9. So this helps the users understand what went wrong and how to correct their inputs. Next, the system interference is quite straightforward, with clear prompts and instruction for each operation. This simplicity makes it easy for users to navigate the system and perform tasks without any confusion. So the third thing is the system provides immediate feedback on users' actions. For example, adding a new member or a book. The system confirms the successful completion of the task, ensuring users are informed about the results of their actions. Next slide. Now, strengths and limitation. Next. Well, in strengths there is simplicity and usability. As our library system is user-friendly interface, the system provides a clear and straightforward user interface, make it easy for users to navigate and perform the operations. Next is the modular design. The modular design of the systems allows for easy maintenance and future enhancements. That means that we can actually make it better with easy and maintain it very easily. So next thing is the core functionality. So in core functionality, the comprehensive member management, the system efficiently manages members' information, ensuring that only valid members can perform the operation that is the new menu after that. The second thing is robust book management. The system effectively handles book inventory, lending, and returning book process, ensuring the data consistency and accuracy. Next slide. So now we're talking about the limitations. So inside the limitations, we have scalability. So we have a limited data storage because as we use plain text files for our data storage in the library system, making it challenging to handle a large number of records efficiently, and the performance, because as we know, the data grows, the performance of the file operation will degrade and affecting the system responsiveness. Next is the security. Because we are using the TXT file, so text file, so the data security in real-life scenarios, storing sensitive information in plain text file possesses a security link as it can be easily assessed and modified. Next slide. Now, there are some areas of improvement. There are some areas of improvement and what we'll do in the future improve. First is the data storage. Transition from plain text file to a database management system, such as SQLite, MySQL, or something else to enhance our data storage, scalability, and security. Next is the user interface. We'll develop a graphical user interface and using something similar to it, something that is relevant to it, like Tinker, PyQt, or web-based solutions, in order to improve the user experience, making the system more visually appealing and more intuitive. So about the security, implement data encryption for sensitive information and add more robust authentication and authorization mechanism to enhance data securities and ensure that only authorized users, such as the admins or the library people, workers, can access the specific functionalities. Next is the performance. Performance is that we optimize file read route operations, implement indexing mechanism, and manage concurrent access to data by implementing locking mechanism or adopting a DBMS to avoid race conditions and improve performance. So we also can add some additional features, implement a notification system to remind members of due dates for returning books, add advanced search functionality for more efficient book searches, and provide reporting and analysis features to generate insights into library usage, popular books, and members' activities. Next. Now, for the conclusion, I'll pass it to Ahmed.
Thank you, Fred. Okay, now we now move down to the conclusion, which will be the end of this this presentation. So the library system provides a solid and good foundation for managing members' information, book inventory, and lending process and returning process. So while it has a lot of strength, we agree that it has a lot of strength, including user-friendly interface, where it's a user-friendly interface, and it has a robust core functionality. It also has its own weaknesses, obviously. just like everything which have a weakness. So it has its weaknesses related to scalability, security, and user experience. So by addressing this limitation and implementing the suggested improvement, which we have, which was given by Fred, which was presented by Fred, the system can be enhanced to provide a more secure, efficient, and user-friendly solution for the library management. And that's it for the conclusion. And we like to thank you, and we hope you enjoyed this presentation. And we hope you also understood everything. So this will be a standing. Everybody will say thank you before we finish. Okay, everybody, please thank you before we finish the presentation.
All right.
Okay.
So at the end of it, we'll say thank you. And if you have any question, you can just comment or ask us.
You can,
Right.
you can message us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.